All right, it's March 29th, about 5:16 p.m. The apple scab season has started. Probably needed to start these forecast videos a little bit earlier. Just got finished with the last of the winter meetings from the New England area and further south in Pennsylvania. But let's go. Let's see what's happening on Long Island. The Riverhead Station, or one of them, has been repaired and is up and going. Are they already in green tip? Most likely you've been in green tip for about 3 days on Long Island. It's not a lot of maturity, not too much to panic, and you just came through an infection event. If you haven't put your silver to green tip copper on yet, I think you got time to do it. I would squeeze in this little bit of rain coming up on the 30th and make sure you got copper. Other than that, you don't have to worry about it. The temperatures are very cold, not that conducive for scab, and that's why there's a lot of no's. Even when we hit 50, we're not getting the amount of leaf hour, witness hours it takes for these colder temperatures on Long Island. Now, if we move up into the area, into the Hudson Valley, we'll go to try Walden and see how we're doing there. Let's see. Obviously, yep, a little bit earlier. A little bit more, says this was a little bit warmer in that region. Still around the 2% maturity, 1% discharge. Not a lot to go about, not a lot to worry about. I think I would calmly move myself into the green tip era and part of the season and just put on my copper on March 30th and just get that first copper for the week. I don't think there's a panic. You could probably skip this one if you needed to and you wanted to wait a little bit later to get things going. I don't see why not. We have a little bit of rain coming towards April 3rd at the end. I would go ahead and go after that. As we move up into the rest of the New York, we might not even be at green tip yet. Voorheesville says you're looking good. If you're in Silvertip, and which is before green, we can go ahead and put a date in. Let's enter today just to see what it says. For the most part, it's not even predicting a lot. Even with green tip, there's not a lot of maturity happening, or at zero, and I mean 1%, zero ejection. Not a lot going on. You're probably safe to avoid it for the rest of this week. Now, I know for sure if I were to go up in Chazy, we're probably really good, and I don't think we need to worry a lot about scab. Yep, pretty far from green tip. You could do your silver tip if you can get in there dry enough, do your urea. But other than that, I think you're good to go. Now, if I go to the Finger Lakes region where I'm at, let's see. I recommend it says we're at green tip a little bit. My trees aren't at green tip, but what we're reducing for the Finger Lakes region is 2%, 3%. One, this is Interlakens, closer down to Ithaca. If I was in that region, I might consider making sure my strong silver tip copper is on. Now, once you get to the end of this long week of water, we've got not a lot of rain, but a lot of leaf wetness hours. It's going to be cold in the late 50s, favorable for scab, and a lot of leaf wetness. You might, if it gets, check your total amount of rainfall by the end of the week. And I would say, as we go into the next week, around April 5th and 6th, you're going to be coming back with your second copper in that case. Let's take a look up in Williamson area. What are we looking at there? They say they're clear, but let's just pretend for the most part you have a really early variety. What's it say? Clear as a whistle. We're getting a lot of leafless hours, but it's just too cold. We got 24, 24. It's just going to raining the whole time. Not a lot of breaks to get the copper on. Probably not going to be able to get in your urea, but if you can squeeze into copper, maybe wait and see how you're doing at the end of the week if nothing is in green tip. Even if this were in green tip, you're pretty safe. And I would be willing to guess that Appleton is also off the hook as well. Let's spell it right. Yes, there it is. Let's just try this one. You're not even close. Got a bunch of degree days, but let's just say you were in it. But I'm also thinking, yes, you're going to get some rain, and it's going to be a bit of it. But for the most part, unless you've got a lot of really green tissue, you've got so much cold weather, you're too safe for scab. You could wait a little bit and get that silver tip copper on a little bit later. If you can get in there, get your urea on, or if you haven't done it in the fall, doing it in spring, you should be able to do it again. And that will wrap us up for New York apple scab for the week. I'll see you towards the end of next week, and we'll get going on it.